Happy New Year. What are you going to do today? That's what we're talking about in this episode. There's an old Indian proverb that says, yesterday's but a dream, tomorrow but a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness and every tomorrow a vision of hope. So, what does today well lived look like? For too many people, it's getting through the day. It's doing those few things that absolutely have to be done and pushing everything else to tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. It's mortgaging the future. It's like having a giant weight on your shoulders with all of the things looming from the past pulling on your today. Well, what we want to be doing are those things that are going to make tomorrow better, like setting up systems that will handle routine things for you, or will at least remind you about doing them at the right time so that you don't have to hope you simply remember them all. This idea of doing work today that will make tomorrow better will be the theme for this entire month. I'm going to give you two quick examples today. Just after the last New Year, Real Simple Magazine published responses from several readers to this question. What New Year's resolution will you never again make? Well, one response caught my eye. To send birthday cards to all my relatives. I'm from a family of 9 and we all have kids. I'm trying for 2 years and I just cannot keep up with the amount of mail. Well, let's design a quick system to make this one easy. If you've ever attended one of my workshops or read my book, Get Organized, you've heard about this one. Our object will be to handle all the birthday cards in one sitting, one time a year. The first step is to simply make a list of all the people that you send cards to. I recommend putting it on a spreadsheet. One column will be for the name, one column for the street address, a column for the city, one for the state, one for the zip, and then finally one column for the person's birthday. You could do this not only with family, but also add close friends or coworkers to that spreadsheet. I have my labels already printed right here. It says the first of the new year approaches, you just mail merge that spreadsheet and print your own set of labels. And so now go and buy cards for everybody on the list in one trip. For me, during the year, enough charitable organizations send birthday cards that we usually have enough cards on hand without having to purchase any. Here's what I already have today. So now you have the cards with envelopes. You have the labels that you've already printed. You have return address labels. You have stamps. Now sit down and just match it all up. Sign the card, put it in the envelope, attach the correct address label. Go through the whole stack that way. And then now on the second pass, go back and seal all of the envelopes. And on the next pass, put the return address labels on all of those envelopes. The next step is to take each envelope and pencil in the date that the card needs to go in the mail. Well, you have this information on your spreadsheet. So just pencil the date where the postage stamp is later going to go. And then here comes the magic. Take the whole stack of cards and put them in your tickler file. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have information on the blog post that's going to explain the concept of the tickler file. It's one that's a game changer for you. It's a life changer. Now you just earned the right to forget about birthday cards. On the first day of each month, when you open not only the tickler file for the day, but also the tickler file for the new month, there are all the cards to mail that month. Cover the date that you penciled with the postage stamp, and then drop each one into the tickler file for the day that it needs to go in the mail. Like everything else you do, you'll need a trigger to remind you to go through this one time a year ritual. So on your digital task list, create a repeating task for a day in late December to print your birthday card labels, and you're done. There's a second simple system that comes to mind every year about now. If you're like me, you get quite a few gift cards over the holidays. So how do you keep up with them? Well, let's create a quick system. Take a blank file folder and label it gift cards. Inside, place a few pieces of cardstock and then line each side of each piece of cardstock with 4 paper clips. All right, so next, paper clip the gift cards that you have. You'll be able to clip 16 to a single piece of cardstock, 4 on the front of each side, 4 on the back of each side, adds up to 16, and alphabetize those cards so it's easier to see what you have. You'll probably have some e-cards as well that you printed out on 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. Put those in the folder between those pieces of cardstock. Now, do you also have coupons or gift cards with expiration dates? For example, did you buy a gift card and it automatically earns you a bonus card of $15 or $20 with the stipulation that that bonus card had to be used during the month of January? Well, put all of those in the very front of that folder and put them in chronological order according to the day that they expire. Now that the folder is prepared, we need a trigger to cause us to look at that folder at the right time. I take that whole folder and put it in the tickler file for the next Saturday. On Saturday, I pull the file for that day, just as I pull the tickler file for the day for the last 40 years. There's the folder of gift cards. My wife and I take a quick look at what's about to expire and what cards we might want to use during the coming week. We pull those out and then refile that folder for the next Saturday. It's that simple, and we never lose a card. Your call to action is to look at your own life and decide what systems that you can set up today that are going to make tomorrow better and will make the future you thankful. Thank you for stopping by today. This has been Frank Buck, helping you get organized and make it look easy.